Top 5 tips you need for the new college football game. How y'all doing? Welcome to Mobile Trash. Welcome to the show. Today we got more college football 25 content. And I'm very excited to be talking about one of my favorite upcoming games. I've been having a blast playing it. I'm sure you're having a blast playing it too. And we got so much content coming out for this game. We're going to do a ton of reviews. We're going to do all kinds of stuff, guys. We're going to go in. We're going to help you out on Dynasty. We're going to give you some tips on Dynasty. We're going to do all kinds of guides and all that stuff. So, guys, if you're new here, if you're on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts at, make sure you follow. Make sure you turn on notifications because I'm dropping new content every single gosh darn dang day. Welcome to the show. Today we're going to be doing top 5 tips for beginners because there's a lot of new people coming into college football 25. Maybe you're not an NCAA football veteran like we are, like I am. Maybe you're not like that. Maybe you come into this game and you're like, what do I do? You know, how do I play this game? And maybe you're an old-time player and you need a little refresher of some tips to help you, get going and playing. Because let me be honest with you, when I first jumped in the game, I got my ass beat. I can't even lie to y'all. I got my ass beat the first time I jumped in. Lord mighty, all right? But here we go. Here's some top 5 tips. Let's get started. I'm not going to waste too much time here. My first tip, for people who love playing with quarterbacks, who love throwing the ball, throwing those passes, one of the best things that can really help you elevate your football game and really start playing well is creating space. And what do I mean by creating space? Well, we're going to go in depth here. All right, this is a guide video or episode, not video. But anyways, so creating space as a quarterback is very important because this is, a lot of DBs and stuff like that. If they're doing a blitz play or they're doing a cover 3 and they're doing a cover 3 buzz, all right, and the players, you guys are typical, wide receiver defenders and stuff like that. But you got these DBs that are pushing through the line and trying to get to your quarterback as fast as you can. Doing plays like quick plays like slants when you're on the 3, when you're on the nickel position and stuff like that, that's not where you want to be. You don't want to be too close to the quarterback doesn't want to be too close to the opposition, all right? So make sure when you're playing college football, you create space for yourself. See which players could come out, see which DBs could come at you and break the lineup and plan accordingly. One of the best things you can do is if you got guys coming from the left, make sure you set it up where these guys are going to take care of the left side. Hey, focus a little bit less on the right. Let's worry about the left because the main DBs right here are going to push through the left side and come and sack me. All right, so one of the best things you want to do is create space. Make sure when you're throwing the ball that you make sure you don't... Creating space is very important because if you are too close to the opposition and that enemy team is coming at you full force, it's going to be really hard to scramble out. It's going to be really hard to throw the ball out when you got 5 DBs rushing through your line and coming straight at you, point blank guard, and stuff like that. So creating space is a very important thing and something that I'm always going to advocate for when you're playing college football 25. All right, because look, blitz plays create pressure. And if you can stop that pressure or you can lessen that pressure from getting into your line, you're going to have a lot more time to throw a pass than not having enough time. Guys, quick question, all right? If you're on the comments right now, you made it this far and you want to comment something, if you're on Spotify, Pandora, YouTube, all right, look, I'm going to give you all a question and y'all give me the answer here. What do you think is more better for your QB? Should he be a scrambler or should he be should he be passing in the pocket? Should he be a pocket passer or a scrambler? Let me know because, there's always benefits to somebody who can throw in the pocket. There's somebody who, there's benefits to people who, when you create space, when you create backup, when you're backed up to a corner, there's nobody. Everybody's defended really well. You can't really throw it to anybody. Maybe instead of throwing it out, you want to scramble the ball and get a couple of yards in. That could be the better option. It can lead to, better plays in the future. So let me know which one would you pick and decide and does that elevate your choices when you're picking your teams and stuff like that? My second tip that I feel like is really gonna, add some value to you is that utilize your hot routes more. And hot routes are very important, especially in the passing game if you want to really cut off good passes. The problem is going against other people or even going against the AI. A lot of throwing plays are very cut and dry. A lot of defenders got it, and you got to mix it up a little bit, all right? Especially if you're playing online. Now, the best thing you can do is utilize your hot routes. Now, with College Football 25, hot routes were pretty simple back in the day. They're a lot more different now. They're a lot more advanced. There's a lot more stuff you can do. You can do like the crossfade where you can literally, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny doing this, but you can literally set it up where your wide receiver will run the route and then they'll just stop. And they'll just like stop. As the defender, the defender is trying to, defend, keep the ball, trying to whatever, he just stops. He goes in a different way, and boom, you can throw a pass. I swear to God, it makes it all the time. Also, a good thing too is utilizing your running back. A lot of people underestimate your running back, but your running back is probably one of the best receivers that you'll ever have under your belt as a quarterback and stuff like that when you're running your team. And if you can utilize your running back from the running game and in the passing game too, all right, nobody cares about the running back most of the time when they're running the routes because nobody throws to them. For some reason, people just don't utilize the running back. You utilizing the running back in the running and the passing game could shake the whole game up. All right, utilizing that could really, really add a good advantage to you. All right, you can make him even crossfade. You can even set it up where he goes a totally different way than his original route, but he's gonna catch it. And if he's a good running back, if he's a really good running back, a strong running back, you can just toss him the ball, little toss, and let him go at it. Let him run it. Let him do his thing. All right, it's very good. It's very fun, and it's gonna, it's gonna just make the whole game, the whole experience a lot better for you. All right, question of the day. How do y'all feel about the new hot routes? We have a lot more hot routes. We have a lot more options for hot routes now. You can really get your wide receivers out there and get them moving and doing different stuff. How do we feel about that? All right, comment down below if you're on Spotify, YouTube, comment down below for sure. My opinion on it, I think it's really good. I think it adds more options. I think it went from okay, you can do a little bit of things, on the old NCAA football games with the receivers and stuff. But now you can entirely switch up and shake up the whole entire game. And I think that's a really, really good thing. And I just think it adds a lot of value. Adds a lot of value to your wide receivers. You can utilize them a lot more. It just helps the passing game a lot more. Helps more options. I think more options is always good, And, more options is always good. It's not like Madden 25 or Madden 24. I'm sure they're going to remove stuff. I'm sure they're going to make it harder and harder to fucking play that game. For some reason, they just love making that game hard as hell for everybody. It's kind of funny, but it's kind of funny they just want to make that the hardest shit for you, all right? But yeah, I mean, I think the hot routes are a really good system, and I think it's fire. So, question of the day. Let me know how you feel about the hot routes, and let's get back to the goddamn tip video, or episode actually. My third tip, and this is going to be a really good tip for you dynasty players, all right? Utilize your abilities a lot more, all right? Whether you're playing Road to Glory Dynasty, pay attention to your players' abilities. Abilities can really shake up the game, can really add some tension, all right? A couple of things, when you upgrade your abilities and stuff like that, you can make it where, some of these oppositions from, the stadium being a little too loud, maybe the audience is going too crazy, maybe your players are falling under pressure, and this could help composure, this can help the team stay steady. Another really good one's the field goal one, where you can, get more accurate field goals kicked in. I mean, that just adds so much more value. And if you pay attention and utilize those, abilities, you're going to have a lot more fun time playing the game and a lot more strategy, all right? make sure you pay attention when you're doing your prospects on Dynasty, all right? When you're looking at your prospects at Dynasty, look at the abilities they got. Look how they could shake up your entire team. Look how they could switch up your team. Look around all that stuff, because it's really going to come in handy. I mean, Lord mighty. I mean, it's just going to come in handy. So I really enjoy that. I 100% enjoy that. And definitely you need to utilize your abilities, all right, whether you're on Road to Glory, Dynasty, etc., etc., etc. If you're on the national championship mode, I'm sure they got abilities too with your team, all right? Abilities are such a big role in college football 25 that you definitely want to utilize them. You definitely want to do them and stuff like that. So make sure you pay attention with the prospects. You pay attention to who you're signing up for your team. And, yeah, I mean, just keep using them. And the prospects, good abilities, means you're going to have a good time. Well, my wife just called me. Well, my ex-wife. We haven't talked in ages, to be honest with you. If you don't know, she went with a truck driver named Bill. Lord Almighty. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to be real with y'all. She literally called me and said, I've been looking at our bank account, our joint bank account, which I haven't opened in ages in my life. But somehow, I've been using that joint card for my, my college football 25 pack purchases. Guys, look, I love Ultimate Team, all right? I love opening those packs. Those packs are so addicting. And, yeah, she just called me up and said I should probably stop doing that. And I'm not going to stop doing that, all right? I like my packs. I like opening my little packs, all right? God, I love opening my packs. What could I say? I love my packs. All right? I'm going to keep opening my college football packs, all right? Anyways, God. My fourth tip that I think is really going to elevate your experience, elevate you, playing good. One of the things that I've been finding out lately is that, so it's called like the, all right, so it's called the shotgun, all right, the shotgun, you're set up, boom, boom, boom. There's some really cool, if you have the playbooks, if you're playing like Michigan or Clemson, or other teams that, elevate the passing game. One of the great playbooks that I feel like that could shake up your whole playing style, as long as you don't use it too much. Use it always sparingly, all right? Use it sparingly. That's how it's going to hit the hardest, all right? But you're always in the shotgun position. You might have some run plays, some pitch plays that are in that shotgun position that are set up like a pass. And, oh, man, guys. I was finding this out recently because I usually never do those. I always use like the nickel. I was going from the nickel and I use like the pitch plays from there. I never really use those pitch plays because, they're whatever. But Michigan has a really good pitch play too. That as long as you don't use it too often, you use it sparingly. And because obviously if you use it too much, the defense is going to catch on and then, you're going to get stopped no matter what. But if you can shake up your plays and do that a couple of times throughout the game, that could be a touchdown play. It literally, so it's set up like it's set up like he's gonna pass it. It's a little bit of a fake, and then the running back he'll start running out, and then boom, quarterback pitches that ball over, and then he takes it, and then you just have this whole like corner, this whole line that you can just run like an angle, just run and go through that whole defense's line because the defense doesn't know you're going to do that. Most of the time, it just looks like a running play. It's set up like a pass play, excuse me. It's set up like a pass play, and it's even got a little bit of a fake too, and you can really utilize that as long as you use it sparingly, as long as you don't overdo it. It's just going to come in so much handy. It's a really nice play, and it's a really good thing to start utilizing that stuff like that. Set up, get some plays that look a little different, that look like the same setup, like a pass play or whatever, and you're just going to be killing it because you're going to be switching it up and they're not even going to know what to do. So that's really big. All right, quick cooking time. All right, do you want to elevate your cooking game? Do you want to get better? All right, look, your grandma might be coming over, your mom might be coming over, she might be hating you, your grandma might be hating you. I don't know what's going on with your family. I don't care. All right, here's a good thing to elevate your cooking, and it's going to be the classic chicken fried steak. Now, you're probably wondering, how the hell do I make that? Well, one of the best things you can do for that is to use a cheap cut of meat. Use a cheap cut of steak, and you want to marinate that steak. If you marinate that steak, it's going to be tender, all right? Nobody likes dry shit. Marinate that shit, all right? You even just putting salt, putting some seasonings on it, and throwing it in the fridge for the day. Even that can elevate your cooking right there, just off the bat, all right? And one of the best things that you can use to get a good crust on there is going to be, I'm going to say this, I'd say stick with flour, but add to your flour. Season your flour and put in cornstarch in your flour. That's going to make your steak a lot more, your chicken fried steak a lot more crispier and just overall better. So elevate your cooking game. Stop making bum-ass food. And my final tip for beginners, all right? This is always my biggest tip at the end. I always got to give one of these big old tips, to really capture you, to really tip you up, to really get you hyped up for this game, all right? My biggest tip, and my tip that I feel like you should follow, that you should hold on to yourself, you should hold it, all right? Your grandma makes you a homemade pot pie, you're going to eat that sucker no matter what, all right? So, what the hell am I even talking about here? Well, I'm talking, the final tip that I'm going to say this is stop running the same play. Don't find a couple of plays that you like, and people do that. They find a couple of plays they like, they start playing the game, and they realize, why is this guy intercepting me? Why is this line getting in too much? Look, guys, selecting the play is the first step, all right? Then you want to see your surroundings. You want to see what you have. And it is a guessing game, all right? It is 100% a guessing game. But I think it's really important that you understand that picking the play is the first step. The second step is looking around and seeing what's around you and what's going to, affect you, and who's lined up to get you, who's lined up to sack you, who's going to do that, all right? And you need to switch some things up. If the defense is looking one way, switch up the whole entire play if you have to. Put like a running back, let a running back run behind you while you're pass play, and you're going to actually pass it to him, all right? It doesn't look like you never want to pass it to him, never, but you're going to pass it to him and you're going to utilize it, all right? Switch your plays up even after you pick it, all right? Look around you and make sure you're always switching things up, all right? Look, you can run the basic routes, but let me tell you something, you're not going to get really far if you're just running the same routes, you're not switching it up, and you're just using the same type of 3 plays that you're using the whole entire time. Look, I know. Sometimes it's just easier to do the same plays that you know that you're good at using. But the defense is going to figure it out, and you're going to get killed. That's all it is. You're going to get killed. Well, that's my tips today. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you got some knowledge, whether that's, learning how to cook, learning how to play better football. And yeah, are you enjoying college football 25? Are you hating it? I don't know. Let me know. I'm going to go back to playing that game because right now I'm craving to play that game right now. 110 damn fucking cents. So, guys, that's going to be all today. Thank you so much for listening. If you're on Spotify, YouTube, Pandora, wherever you get your podcasts at, make sure you follow. Make sure you turn on notifications. We're dropping new content all the gosh darn dang time. I'm going to go. All right, I'm probably going to call my ex-wife and probably get this joint bank account off my ass, all right? I want to buy my packs in peace. Don't gamble. Please don't gamble. Look, these packs are like $100 for 10 of them. You don't have $100 to spend like that. Don't do it, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.